What is up, guys? Thank you for coming in and watching another Jaguars United live show. Man, I'm so excited for this week. There are so many positives from what has happened this week. Don't get wrapped up on the negative. Before we get into that, you know where to find the live show on Twitter and Instagram and all of that stuff. Quite frankly, I'm tired of promoting it. I mean, this channel is not for everybody. It is for Jags fans that are pretty serious, right? We're going to be talking about CJ Henderson, and we're going to be talking about film breakdown from the Jags game and the Cardinals game. So before we jump into all of that, man, shout out to the people that were here first. Man, you guys are always the best. Nolly Full Cab, who's a member, is crying. Moon Illusions says, yo. Ace Sharpshooter says, how do you feel about that tough loss, Jason? Shay J says, more positives this week. Dude, Shay, I could not have said that better myself. Josu Rivera says, I'm here. What up? Jesus is King says, let's go. Dan Arnold, baby. That's right. Josu says, Henderson equals Telvin Smith. Okay. Cameron Boycefort, I can understand this trade, but damn does it suck losing another first rounder. It can't be competitive when we give away our busts. We give away or bust on almost every first-round pick that we have. That is true. We cannot keep missing. Hopefully this regime doesn't miss, right? DJM says, Jason Tan. What's up, DJM? Jesus is King says, Henderson never wanted to be here. I can't remember media talking to Henderson. Yeah, for sure. Look, he did not want to be here. It was pretty obvious. Look, Urban Meyer is a huge locker room guy, okay? Huge locker room guy. He talks about every single press conference. It seems like almost every interview he has, the Urban Meyer show. It's always on when I'm coming home from work, so I get to hear it like literally all the time, every week. Every time he talks about the locker room. He talks about the locker room being important and the morale of the locker room and bringing the locker room together. CJ Henderson was not a locker room guy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He wasn't. So Urban shipped him out. I like it. Look, Urban knows what he wants. I know we're bummed about him being a bust, but, dude, if he doesn't gel or he doesn't fit, was it Rayshawn Jenkins in his interview? You could just tell by the way his tone and his body language that he did not care at all that CJ was gone. I mean, he even said something along the lines of doesn't think he'll be missed that much. So, look, the group that's here, they root for each other. They cheer for each other. It's exciting to watch. I got some film clips here today where it's evident them cheering for each other. It's great to see. I mean, look, it's not just Jaguars. Like other media are starting to say that the Jaguars are starting to kind of build toward a good team, and like we can see it. Like we've watched every single game. They're getting better every week. They're gelling more cohesive as a unit. They're getting better. I mean, they a lot of positives to this game. I mean, how about the fact that they shut down DeAndre Hopkins? I mean, the secondary, who had been a liability all season, all of a sudden, like, shows up against the game against the four of the best wide receivers that they'll see all year. And CJ Henderson was not a part of that at all. So, how about that looking good? How about James Robinson and the offensive line, like, creating holes, and the running back by committee, James Robinson and Carlos Hyde driving us down the field? I mean, some of the throws that Trevor made in this game just blew my mind. Can't wait to get to them for sure. Here's another positive for you guys, all you positives out there. How about our 2-minute drill, our 2-minute offense? Like, it seems like that's our most productive offense, is just running that hurry up, no huddle. Every time we do it, we seem to move the ball. And I know that's kind of typical in the NFL nowadays. I know a lot of teams can move the ball in that situation, but it's optimistic and promising to me to see this offense be able to move the ball in the 2-minute drill like that. I think that's going to definitely something that helps them. All good teams can do that. So that was optimistic for me to see. But yeah, this show is about you guys' thoughts. This is just a show where Jags fans get together and talk. If there was like 10 people here, I'd still be here doing it. So I'm just glad that you guys are here. Jaguar fans are awesome. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe so that you get live notifications. Someone told me the other day that they listen to me when they're driving instead of the local radio. I was like, oh, sweet. He's like, yeah, but then when you do film breakdowns, I just have to like fast forward because I can't see what you're doing and it like kills me. I'm like, that's fine. And other people prefer the film breakdowns, so we just do it all. Okay, so if you are listening to this in your car, we're about to jump into some film and hey, maybe fast forward it. If you're here for the live show, Let me know what y'all think about some of this stuff, okay? All right, I pulled this up, a couple of these plays. This is the first play. I want to see if I can get it here. I haven't really warmed up my, there we go. I think y'all can see it now. All right. This is one of my favorite throws from Trevor in the game. And maybe I'm just like overly excited about Trevor. There's a possibility that is the case. But this throw is like one of the throws that like tells me that Trevor is the real deal. Okay, for sure. So here we're going to line up in our 10 personnel. I mean, this is technically a tight end, so I guess you could call it 11 personnel. But we got one running back, which is in shotgun. I mean, this is what Urban wants to run. This is what Trevor will thrive in. They bring Hollister in motion. They run a nice play action. Always got to love when the play action works. And I'm going to, start from the beginning of the play and watch Trevor's footwork on this play. Like, that may look like an easy throw to some people and like typical throw, but the way that Trevor did this was so perfect. They teach quarterbacks on the play action when they're rolling out to their dominant hand or rolling out in general. After the play action, they want to try to get some depth here so that they can run forward into the throw, right? Watch Lawrence. Look at the depth. Perfect angle. I mean, that's what you teach in a quarterback. You teach him to take this little arc right here so he can be running forward as he's throwing into that throw. Like, that's perfect. Like, I love it. Great throw. Like, Marvin Jones gives him the little hand wave. He says, "I'm open." The drag route. Look, don't try to play man against us. We'll run that drag route all day. Get up field Marvin Jones is what I would say. But just this throw here, like, something that could be so easily overlooked, but it's one of the things that makes Trevor like great. This is something that you have to teach and rep with quarterbacks forever. I love it, man. I love it. Let's see here. We have another. Let me find the other Trevor throw here. All right, Trevor Lawrence just makes me happy. The throws he makes, like the reads he makes, I just love it. Okay, so here again, similar formation, right? 2x2 on each side, 10 personnel in shotgun. This is 2nd and 5, and this is what I was talking about, the 2-minute drill. Right here you see it's the second quarter, 29 seconds left. Clock is like running. Like, one thing I will mention about this drive leading up to this play is Trevor has just absolutely kept his composure this entire drive. I mean, as he drives upfield, managing the clock, managing the no huddle, getting people set. I mean, Trevor runs this 2-minute offense like a legitimate veteran in the NFL. Gets here, 2nd and 5. What's the most impressive to me here is I'll play the play out and then I'll play it back. Right, not only the fact that he looks off the safety to the opposite side of the field, right? Trevor's not even looking. This is something that Urban Meyer talked about all offseason, that they wanted to make sure that the eyes of the quarterback weren't giving anything away. Look where he's looking there. Snaps his head back. Knows exactly where the throw is going to go. All right? And now here's the crazy thing to think about it, right? This is when Trevor releases the ball. Look at Chark's route, and look where you can't see it, but he's probably like nowhere near where he ends up. What great anticipation by both Trevor and DJ Chark here. DJ Chark, like, look, this is something that another thing I noticed that the Jags haven't done in the past. And I thought Nate Hackett, when he was here, implemented this better than a lot of coaches. But one thing that I'm huge on when you're coaching wide receivers is them stemming their routes in, right? So watch DJ Chark. He's going to stem his route inside, and that's going to bring the defensive back toward the middle of the field, right? And that's going to have them start to move inside. Trevor, in anticipation, I mean, this is your basic, smash concept here with one in the flat and one in the corner. And executing those types of plays is what, like, great catch by DJ Chark. Great throw, great anticipation. This is an NFL pro play. NFL pro play. I loved it, man. I mean, I know they're the NFL and they're pros, so they should do it. But look, man, I was encouraged. I was definitely encouraged by it. All right, let's get to some more of these comments. Thank you guys for being a part of the show. It's awesome that you guys are here. Love it. Chef Florida Boy says, "Thank you for your Jags positivity." Thank you. Hey, what else are we going to do? Sit here and gripe and complain? We get enough of that. Tuggernut, You've been looking forward, I've been looking forward to this stream. Dude, thanks, Tugger Nut. I'm glad y'all are here, man. It makes it a lot of fun for me, for sure. Nolly Full Cap, everyone go thumbs up this video right now. Oh, dude, thank you. Gotta say, this channel is not for the faint of heart. We go pretty in depth here. So just letting you know, heads up. Carson Shackelford had some things to say on game day about the Jags. He was feeling pretty spicy, weren't you, Carson? He says, Cardinals are ranked top 5, and we were winning that game pretty much 3/4 of the game. I don't know about you, but it makes me feel kind of good. Yeah, coming out and playing well against a team like the Cardinals definitely maybe was a shot of optimism to the Jags, especially when they're about to go on the road on a Thursday. I'm going to go on a limb here. And I'm not just doing this for sensationalism, for clicks. You guys know that have watched me. I don't ever do this type of thing. But I would bet some money, and I probably will. Who are we kidding? That the Jags will win next week, this Thursday. I think they will. I think they're just trending in the right direction. They're playing pretty good football right now. I mean, you got to think the guys that are making the mistakes are like what I would consider outliers in this offense. Jacob Hollister, Josh Lambo, guys like that. I think this defense is playing really well right now. This secondary, this defensive line, I'm about to show on the defensive line and how they just do their job, fill the gaps, and they just stop the run. This Cardinals offense looked very pedestrian, and a lot of people would probably argue, like Carson does, that they're a top 5 offense in the league. So, yeah, not bad. Nolly Full Cap says this uniform combo looks so slick. Okay. Cameron Boisvert says he loves the film breakdowns. Thank you, Cameron. Gerald McKinnon, that was a small window to put the ball with zip on the throw. Had to be perfect. Chef Florida Boy, seriously like the video. People, it's easy. Thank you, Chef. I appreciate it. All right, so I do want to bring up the defensive line. I teased it. Already, so let's go to it. Like I said, I am impressed with this defensive line. I do think that it was a position they kind of tried to focus on to improve. So it's good to see that kind of pay results here and it kind of pay off. So here the Jags were in this formation that I think everyone was dying all offseason to see. This 3-down lineman, 2 edge players here, 2 tight linebackers. And what I did notice about the Cardinals is, even beyond this play, is they kept the ball really tight. Like they really tried to run their tight offense, their zone read in the backfield, their fullbacks, their 2 tight ends, their 3 running backs, their pistol full house formations. They tried to do all that little small ball stuff on us, and we shut it down. The Cardinals are a better team when they're working vertically down the field, but you can't do that all the time, and you have to try to create some balance. And I think Kingsbury tried to create some balance against the Jaguars, running the ball in space, some zone reads on the inside, and the Jags shut it down. So you got to give the Jags credit for that. That was something that a lot of people were kind of hating on the Jags about. It was their defense, including myself, and they definitely showed me that they can hang with some good teams. Hey, I'm missing the guys that they were. So this play, I like it. 1st and 10. This is kind of early in the game. They're backed up in their own end zone, basically, on the 7-yard line. They're going to run just that basic inside zone, right? Now, this is something that the Jags defense was unable to do last year, right? Clavon Chazon, I know he's taking on a tight end, but he's just going to seal this outside right here from the back. All of the line, a good sign of a good defensive line play is if you see them not get pushed backwards. See? Not getting pushed backwards. Last year, our D-line would have been pushed back 5 yards right here. But every single defensive line, you can focus on any of them you want. Devon Hamilton, Josh Allen, Adam Gotsis. Gotsis gets pushed back a little bit there. But the linebackers fill. Damian Wilson fills right away. The safety comes downhill. All the gap. This is good football right here. The Cardinals were not expecting the Jags defense to play as good as they did. So that was encouraging to me. I think everybody watching the defense was encouraged by that because we had just seen no defense before that. Brett E. says he's stoked to see the defense improving, but he wonders how injured Hopkins is playing. Okay, that's fair. Hopkins did have a little bit of an injury, but they still have a bunch of guys on that team that are good. Rondale Moore was pretty much a non-factor. Their running back who had been tearing people up, Edmonds, was a non-factor. So it was, I was encouraged. I was encouraged by the team, and I think anyone that was watching it was encouraged as well. DJ M says the past game was the first that I felt like this is who we are. And the first 2 weeks was just us finding ourselves. Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to take more than 2 or even 3 or 4 weeks to find ourselves. I mean, it's young players. That's what young players do. I'm really encouraged by the way the coaches are talking, right? Like the coaches, there was a sense of like pessimism in last year's regime, probably because they all knew that they were lame duck coaches and there was nothing they could do about the situation that they were in. But this coaching staff feels just a little bit more optimistic in the way that they talk. And even when Bevel and Cullen are in their press conferences, they even sound okay. I mean, the way the team was just all defending the whirly whirl, where Norwell just does nothing on a play on the flea flicker. I like the flea flicker call, and I know that's how the general sentiment is swayed now. But I do. I like the flea flicker call. I mean, you're the Jags. You're not out here like beating teams, and you're not like your only job is not taking care of the football. You got to create plays when the team is not creating plays. Speaking of creating plays, we spent a lot of time on here talking about Agnew not being a great. Like we were like trying to put together our 5 wide receivers, and we were like, yeah, Agnew's on the team, but it's like he's the kick returner, right? We always kind of said it as an afterthought. Even myself, Agnew is anything but an afterthought at this point. I mean, the guy is our best player. He's our most dynamic player, is he not? He's our most dynamic player. I mean, what made the moment of him running that field goal return back for a touchdown even better was, for those of you that were at the game, like half the stadium had left to get concessions, right? Like as soon as the Jags scored the first time at the end of the second half, or the end of the first half, the first time they scored, like a bunch of Jags fans were like, all right, we got to get concessions. Let's beat the lines. Let's get out of here. And they just rushed down. About half the stadium was there watching, and I was like, I had the thought. I was like, man, what if something like crazy happened? All these people would miss it. And what happened? Agnew returns it. I had a feeling everyone that was there watching it just had that little pit feeling in their stomach, like they knew he was about to do it. You did. You looked at him and you're like, this dude's about to take it back to the house. Like that thought went through your head. It was awesome. Sav Jag with the $4.99 super chat. Dude, Sav Jag, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. That means a lot to me and a lot to the channel because everything we do here is about Jags fans. So how do I feel about Dan Arnold? Okay. He's a guy that the Cardinals, I guess, had some cap money in and maybe he wasn't paying off and maybe the Jags just took him off their hands. I don't know. All the coaches are saying that he's a guy that they had identified in the offseason, but his reason for not going after him was like some other things got in the way or he got busy. He made it seem like he didn't have time to sign him in the offseason. It was weird, but I don't know. He can't be any worse than what's going on right now. Jacob Hollister is giving the ball away. James O'Shaughnessy is injured. Luke Farrell I don't know what Luke Farrell is. So happy he's here. He's big, real big guy. He was a hurdler. He was a hurdler in college. Urban Meyer talked about that. Like that's I never thought about that. A hurdler probably is going to translate well to the NFL. He's talking about how explosive hurdlers are in their hips and just the movement that they do translates well to the NFL. If you think about it, kind of makes sense. I'm willing to give it a shot. Look, I don't care. When Tom Coughlin first got hired here, when Tom Coughlin second got hired here, there was a little window where he could kind of do whatever he wanted, right? It's Tom Coughlin. Tom Coughlin knows best. He's won us a lot of games. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. When he came in here the first 1 or 2 years of doing things, people kind of gave him like a blank check to kind of do whatever he wanted to. We got burnt by that, and now Urban Meyer's coming in here, and are we giving him that same opportunity? If he didn't want, and I mean that not about Dan Arnold, but more about CJ Henderson. If you didn't want CJ Henderson in your locker room, get rid of him. I know it sucks, but get rid of him. I don't want to win. If Urban doesn't want him, the coach and all the coaches agree to get rid of him, and Urban definitely seems like the type of guy that respects his coaches, then yeah, get rid of him. I'm fine with the trade. I really am fine with the trade. I liked CJ. I think he could be a good corner, but he's going to be one of these guys that's going to be a lone wolf. You know, he's going to bounce around a bunch of different teams because he can come in and fill a need, but he's not really ideal to have in your locker room. That sort of thing. I don't know. Nolly Full Cab with the emoji spam of, you know who that is. That's the boat right there. That's right. C Breacher says, you made me lose my fantasy league. C Breacher, I apologize. I didn't do great this year, this week, but I am in my fantasy baseball finals. And the winner of that gets $500. So if I win fantasy baseball this week, we're partying, baby. Cameron Boisvert with the $10 super chat. Dude, Cameron, thank you. He says, I love the Jags positivity. Duval. I almost forgot this was a film breakdown. I'm sorry, guys. This is what I do. I rant. This is why it's good. You know, YouTube, you can go back and you can fast forward it. Let's look at some more film because I do want to look at some more film here. Okay. Let's give some love to the defense for once, you guys. No one giving love any. I'm the only one that gives love to the defense around here. All right. Let's check this out. Wait, what? Okay, I didn't see this. I was at the game, so I didn't see the broadcast. 3 things you need to know: Kyler Murray's favorite meal, mom's hot Korean chicken, sports hero, my dad. You'd be surprised I play the trombone. Oh, nice. I am surprised by that. Okay, so here I like this. Okay, Jags are gonna. What's impressive about this? And Cameron, thank you again, bro, for the 10. Dude, you guys are the best. So here are the secondaries. They're going to have assignments. They're going to be what's called pattern matching, right? So pattern matching as a defensive back basically means you're working together with other defensive backs to let the receivers declare who's going where, and once they do that, you cover them. Pretty simple, probably an oversimplification. But here the Jags are going to be in a nice little pattern match. Now, when you're pattern matching a bunch like this, like the Cardinals are in, sometimes you'll put a guy here to jam the front to create some disruption, right? You don't want them just getting all clean releases and crossing and doing things like that. So you'll put a guy here that you trust can get a good jam here. All right, so this tells me a lot about the faith they have in the Jags for them to be able to run a jam player here. Now, look at this. This is just football right here. All right, football. And then these two guys are going to decide who comes in and who comes out. He's got first guy in, he's got first guy out, and you even have a dropping edge player here to kind of zone this off. Look at the Jags defense doing what they're supposed to do. You got great coverage here, great coverage here, great coverage here, great coverage here. Kyler Murray has nothing he can do with it. We get some pressure on him from the middle. Miles Jack, what happens? Third down, we force an incompletion. A great blitz from the left side of the field. Great call here by Cullen. Bringing the pressure, covering it perfectly. The Jaguars' young secondary defended that bunch as good as any pattern matching you could find. Any group of guys, you would not be able to cover this better than that. Now, could Kingsbury maybe call it a play that got a guy to the flat quicker? Yeah. But I still think that they make the tackle and that Shaq Griffin makes the tackle on the flat there. I mean, I like it. The pressure there, that's what I'm talking about, man. That is what I'm talking about. Matt Janiga with the $5 super chat. Matt, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. He says, finally a quality Jaguars streamer without a man bun. Dude, come on, bro. I'm going to grow one out, man. Come on, I'm working on it. He says, game was good to be at this weekend, though, for sure. Dude, it was fun. Like, wasn't it fun? Like, I had some buddies I always go to the game with. A couple of them were like, dude, y'all really want to go after watching week 1? And at first, I was like, oh, man, I mean, and I started thinking, like, dude, of course. If not for anything, I would have watched the Cardinals. It's just one of the top 5 offenses, according to Carson Shackelford in the NFL. Of course I want to go see him in person. Are you kidding me? I got a ticket for $40. Yeah, it was a great time, man. Anyone that goes to the game, we have this tradition that's kind of building this year. So maybe we'll keep doing it. But a bunch of us go to Intuition Ale Works. It's like a brewery right across the street from the stadium. Until it gets a little cooler to tailgate at. And I mean, look, it's a nice little place. Come hang out. We talk Jags. It's all Jags fans. Y'all's types of place if you go there. Matt, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Antonio Rivera says, I'm with you on that, Matt. Well, thank you, Antonio. That's why Antonio's a member. I appreciate that. Cameron Boysford, damn, Matt, LOL. I love Jason and UCF Jaguar. They're the guys for this content, bro. Thank you. Thank you, man. UCF Jaguar. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. All right. Timmy Devil, bring us back. He says Campbell is not ready to stand on his own every big play. He's in a horrible position to make a play on the ball. He was behind A.J. Green. Yeah, that's true. There's a couple plays on that one. I think you're talking about the slant route maybe and the first drive of the game. Kyler Murray threw it a little bit behind A.J. Green. Yeah, definitely. Shay J, member Shay J, says Urban said Kingsbury called him and said they were taken aback by the crowd intensity and the player intensity. It made an impact. I thought the crowd was pretty good, all things considered. But that doesn't feel like anything that would be abnormal for an NFL game. I will say, though, the player intensity did seem like it had an extra level. Like, I mean, maybe I'm just used to watching a 1-15 football team the last, 10 weeks of the season play with no intensity. But there was something different about those cats that were on the field. And Shay probably got a closer look than a lot of us, so you can probably back me up on that, just the intensity. I mean, I heard from Rick Ballou, one of the sideline reporters for the Jags, that he could kind of visually see a boost in spirits and camaraderie and things like that. So that was cool to see. And I'm with you there, man. I'm with you. Look, I'm kind of with Urban on building this locker room thing. I'm not going to lie to you. It's uncomfortable getting rid of some of the bad eggs. And I know we've done this dance before with Gus Bradley. We've done this dance before. It works. It works sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. I trust Urban though. Timmy Devil says, Nolly, why you not more negative? I mean, we can be negative, but I mean, honestly, I think we're in a better position. Think about where we were this time a year ago, right? I mean, we were 1-2, and we knew that immediately after we lost to the Titans, we're like, yeah, we suck. Immediately. So, much better position. We have a quarterback that does things that I've never seen a quarterback in Jacksonville do. These throws he's making to the corner, the anticipation. Okay, all right. I'm bringing up a video here. This isn't even a touchdown play, and this is what I'm talking about. This is the stuff that Trevor just does things that just blows my mind sometimes. What? I still can't believe that he's a Jaguar. So here the Cardinals are going to run a cover one early in the game. And this is the Jaguars' second drive of the game, okay? Last week, when we were playing, we had a bunch of cover ones that we were going up against. And Trevor would go to the sideline. And we went to the sideline. We would score. We had to throw to Marvin Jones. That was over a single high safety, so just man on man. Made a good throw. And everyone was demanding that the Jags run the ball more. And it showed. I mean, James Robinson had a great game. 15 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown, right? Came across the ticker right as I was talking about him. That's perfect. Sometimes you just roll a 6 in life. So look, they want to run the ball more, but look at how many people Arizona has in the box. I mean, this is what Denver was doing. They were loading the box. They say, all right, you want to run? You're going to have to make someone miss, which Robinson can do. But what he also has is a one-on-one over here. I mean, this is one of the first plays of the second drive of the game. This is inches away from being a great play. I mean, great release. He gets held a little bit. I mean, DJ Chark, I wouldn't say he's lightning fast, but this little inside move he does at the beginning does just enough to flip the defensive back's hips here, right? Which is what you want when you're a receiver. Gets outside. This is a good little turn here by the corner. I'm not going to lie. That's why he's a professional. But then Chark just beats him with speed. You get a little hold there. It's inches away from a great play. And that's a cover one. That's a man-on-man. I mean, that's it, man. That's it. All right. Here's another good play from Trevor. Look, I'm all about Trevor Lawrence, if you couldn't tell. All right, I like this little formation here, right? We're lined up nice and tight. We're gonna give the Cardinals a little taste of their own medicine, right? We're gonna line up everyone pretty much as tight as we can get them, and we're gonna basically try to use some misdirection and some zone read to pick up some yards. All right. So Trevor is going to, for the first time, keep it and get some yards here. Look, I know it's not a great play. The play after this is the play I want to show, but this just happened to be before the one I wanted to show, and I like this play. A little lead block by the tight end here. I'm not really sure. I think that's Luke Farrell. I'm not really sure what Luke Farrell's doing here. Like, it seems like, I mean, I guess he took his guy outside, but like he should have probably blocked him, right? I mean, if he would have blocked this guy, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I like to see it though. I mean, the zone read, Trevor gets in there. I mean, Trevor's definitely made an initiative more in the last game to run than he had in the past. I mean, he's looking to run. He's looking to create space and run with his legs and get yards that way. And quite frankly, I'm happy to see it because he's a beast and he's really fast and a good runner. He has really good vision for a runner. All right. And like I said, we pounded the rock with J-Rob. See, here we're going to see Arizona again. I mean, they're bringing people into the box. They only lined up 4 at the line of scrimmage at the snap, but then they immediately are bringing all 3 linebackers. Okay? So anytime that the Cardinals don't, like, load the box, they're still blitzing, right? So they have man-on-man everywhere. They walk this safety down. They have 2 linebackers, this edge player. I mean, they're man-on-man. No one respects the Jaguars' passing game and receivers, and fans are yelling at James Robinson to get more carries and for him to feed him the rock. But the Cardinals are just completely disrespecting Trevor and his ability to throw. I mean, this is every single play. Every single play against every single opponent, they're just playing straight man against us. Bringing 8 guys into the box, and we'll just put a DB on all of your skill guys, and we'll call it a day. Finally, James Robinson will make a play on this, right? Trevor Lawrence in the ace formation. James Robinson finds a hole, hits the outside, takes a great angle, and I do like James Robinson's acceleration here. Like, once he gets through the hole here, like, he's pretty quick right there. Like, that's pretty good. And that's where James Robinson kind of makes his money, is right there. Right there. Like, that burst of speed is where if he can get through the gap, if you can give him just a little bit of room, he can make the second level miss with his speed. And it's really more his acceleration. I'm a big acceleration fan, right? Final velocity minus initial velocity over time. For all my physics guys out there, the acceleration is what makes James Robinson. And that's why he's so good there. So glad to see it going. But again, I'm not really surprised that they're throwing it a lot because teams are just, like I said, completely disrespecting Trevor Lawrence and his arm. And Tony Rivera, want to give me some, teasing me a little bit. Says, you going to buy that Taven merch now? I hope you mean Taven Austin, because in that case, still the answer is no. DJM says, I love how UCF made a dedicated video to tell Trevor doubters to chill out. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I never want to question anyone's like fandom or how much they know, because what do we really know? We don't know anything. We're not in those locker rooms. But I would go out on a limb and say that people that doubt that Trevor probably aren't really much fans of football and don't really know how football works. That's what I would say. There's a lot of dumb people out there in this world. Shay J says he did finally start keeping it. The head replay official kept calling him Crazy Legs Lawrence when he would run. Do not want that name to stick, haha, but he does need to keep running. I think it's because his legs are so long and he's such a tall human that Crazy Legs is like an appropriate name for him. UCF Jaguar. Man bun. UCF Jaguar says, DJM, people were in my live stream saying CJ needs to be starter. I had no time for that. Bro, that sounds like a Russian bot to me, bro. UCF Jaguar yelled at me because I was bashing Lawrence. Now I feel bad. Brandon, hey, at least you're here. At least you're here. At least dude, a lot of people would just be like, would dip out. Hey, at least you're still here. Speaks a lot about your character, I think. Kev B, CJ needs to go see his family or church. Hope he's okay. He's got talent. Okay. Definitely a church thing. Would probably help him out. Tuggernut. That name gets me every time, Tug. He says, how are you feeling about Javon Taylor? Do you think he's playing better? It seems to me like the offensive line is playing better. AJ Cann, I still don't know how good he's. I don't know. Norwell has kind of probably been the most disappointing lineman to me. I think he's taken the biggest step back this year so far. Now, is he dealing with a lingering injury from last year? I don't know. Even besides the whirly whirl thing, which whatever, like he just seems to be struggling. Like a lot of penalties. He's holding. He's getting beat. He's not really knowing what to do. He's missing blocks. He's not getting out on screens very well. Cam Robinson's playing better. I mean, Cam Robinson's never a guy that plays well in space. So, I mean, that video that circulated with him blowing the block on the screen, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. He's more of a mauler, more than like a guy that plays in space like that. But yeah, Cam Robinson played pretty good. I mean, considering you got to also consider that he was going up against Chandler Jones the entire time. Chandler Jones, all-world defensive end. So didn't seem like Trevor was on the ground that much. So I would give a thumbs up to the offensive line. I like it. James Hunt. Jacksonville is better than people are giving them credit for. If it wasn't for the missed field goals in the last 2 games, the outcome of the games could have been different. Yeah, I don't know if they would. The outcomes would be different, but I don't know, man. When I think back to the field goals that he missed, like the air would have been different if we were down only 1 score. I don't know. It just seemed like those offenses would have still driven on our defense regardless of the score. Like, we didn't do a great job in either game stopping them when we had to, right? So at the beginning of the game, we did good. We did okay. When our offense was still trying to figure out itself, defense did well as too. But second half, they would make adjustments, and maybe either we didn't or we couldn't given our personnel. But it just seemed like at the end of the game when our defense had to get a stop, they can't. So I think that just kind of comes down to, I hate to say it, just a lack of talent on the defense. But you would hope maybe the D coordinator could scheme us in a position to where we could compensate for it a little bit. I don't know. Josh Carter says, I showed up late. What do you think of the new tight end we got from the trade? Okay, so I don't know much about him. He doesn't even really have that much film out there to see. He looks like a very standard tight end. He's a smart guy. He's a big guy. Great locker room guy. I think he's just Urban wanted to upgrade the tight end position, especially after what happened with Hollister. So this was kind of killing 2 birds, 1 stone type situation with CJ and getting him out of here. Maybe that was how they were able to get the 5th pick involved for Carolina. Maybe they really wanted to get that 5th pick. I don't know. There's no telling. But I don't think it's even possible to project what will happen with him just because of his limited history playing time. So I don't know. UCF Jaguar Jason, can you guarantee me a W on Thursday? UCF, I will guarantee you a W on Thursday. I'm putting my bet on it. They're definitely covering the spread. But I think they went outright. Look, this is the game. Dude, prime time, Thursday night, all of America's watching. The Jaguars have gotten slowly better each week. They had a chance in the Denver game. They probably should have won the Cardinals game. It's all climaxing to, I think, this prime time Thursday game when the Jags will just elevate and play on another level. Look, Jamar Chase is going to get his. No doubt about it. Joe Mixon, going to get his. But I think you can get to Joe Mixon. And I think that this defense was going to be able to stop the run. Joe Burrow, good player, reads the field well. I think we'll be able to stop the run at the beginning of the game. We're going to have an explosive play, an Agnew field goal, an Agnew return field goal. An Agnew return kickoff, a big play down the field to Chark or Jones. We are going to have a big play and get up by a little bit early. But I think with the experience that we have now, we're going to be able to hold a lead. And I think primetime game, Trevor elevates himself. It's written in the stars. It's ready to go. Guaranteed. Book it. 100%. Cameron Boisvert. I was a huge Lambeau fan. What is happening? I don't know, man. Kickers are like golfers, man. They go through ups and downs. The field goal kick by a kicker and a golf swing by a golfer are very similar. A lot of the same mechanics. About repetition, doing the same thing over and over again. Sometimes you're feeling it. Sometimes you're not. I just think Lambeau's not feeling it right now. It happens with kickers. Jersey Jaguars, we're winning Thursday? I say yes. Yes, I think we are winning Thursday. Timmy Devil 999 says time to trade Time to trade the Lambo in for a Honda. I can't afford the payments to keep it running. It's not the payments. Yeah, like you said, to keep it running. It's the oil change. $3 million. Dan Arnold. I am 6'6". Trevor's 6'6". I'm going to be a nice big target over the middle. Duval, UCF, Jags United, Jags for life. Okay, thank you, Dan Arnold, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. Dan Arnold. $10, I'll take it. Thank everyone that donated, man. You guys are great, man. You guys have made my night with your kindness. I appreciate it. Shay J says, all right, everyone, you heard that. Jason will be covering betting losses this weekend. Keep the receipts. Hey, until gambling is legal in the state of Florida, Shay, I cannot take credit for any of the betting losses. Although I will be taking on my own. I did okay. I mean, the Cowboys covering last night was a little too easy. A little too easy. All right, Timmy Devil. Agnew worth the money. That's the understatement of the century there, Timmy Devil. Gerald McKinnon. Let's hope they win Thursday. We're starting to flirt with the record for consecutive regular season losses. I don't think that'll be an issue. I don't think that'll be a problem. I think we'll get a win here soon, Thursday. This team is trending in the right direction. If you missed the beginning of the show, I talked about some things that really encouraged me. The Jags secondary looked like a whole different group of people. The Jags offensive line, the tackles looked competent. James Robinson, hello, welcome to the NFL. Welcome to the 2021 season there, James Robinson. Trevor Lawrence. Look, I saw a throw that Trevor Lawrence made on a third down where he threw it short underneath, and he had a guy behind him wide open. So for all the people that said he wasn't looking down, he wasn't looking at the check down, he wasn't taking what the defense gave him, I don't want Trevor Lawrence to do that. I don't. Look down the field and throw the ball. I don't care. That was my whole thing about James Robinson. People wanted James Robinson to get more carries, and they wanted him to get 20 touches per game. Okay, if you're trying to win, I want to win, but I want Trevor to develop. Man. James Robinson, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's going to be here when Trevor's in his prime. Is James Robinson going to be here when Trevor's in his prime? Maybe. Chances are probably not if we look at the standard running back lifespan. I don't know. Food for thought. Mr. Ice Mellow says, wait. Okay, we waited. Tuggernut. Dan Arnold has solid hands and can block downfield from what I saw. Trevor and him could be a good combo. Trevor does look for the tight end. That's one of the promising things. He didn't really use a tight end at Clemson, so I wasn't sure how he was going to adjust to a big guy in the middle of the field. But he does look for them. He targets them a lot. It doesn't matter who's in. It can be Farrell, Manhurts, when it was O'Shaughnessy. What's his name? It's Hollister's first week, and he throws it to him 3 times. He looks for that middle of the field tight end. So, yeah, I think they could too. I think Dan Arnold could be good here. Jersey Jaguar said, would you rather win Thursday and go another losing streak or lose Thursday but guaranteed beat the Titans the following game? Oh, the Titans. For sure, man. I always love beating the Titans. If I can only beat one opponent a year, I'm picking the Titans. Easy. The Colts are a close second, but right now it's the Titans. DJM, based off these 3 weeks, who's on track for Offensive Rookie of the Year? Throughout the entire league? Okay, so I think Trevor could get there. His interception numbers are going to look real ugly next to those touchdowns and yards at the end of this year. I don't know. I think it's still too early to tell. Quarterback's usually favored. We'll see. Devonta Smith, he looks pretty good. I don't know. I have to give it a little more time, for sure. All right. Shay J, how long before Trevor is at the level of Justin Herbert? We saw Herbert grow a lot last year. It's a good question, Shay. And I think Shay's usually pretty spot on with his comments. And look, I think they're on similar trajectory. We started to see Justin Herbert toward the end of last year, really come on strong. I think that's what you could see with Trevor. Like I said, we saw some plays earlier in here where Trevor was just, he's next level. He's absolutely next level. So I think that we have a chance of seeing Trevor take over that Offensive Rookie of the Year spot. I don't know. I mean, like I said, he's going to throw a lot of interceptions, and he doesn't have a lot of help from his offense. I think year 2, year 3 for Trevor is going to kind of be his wheelhouse. Justin Herbert, look, he looks good, man. He looks good, but I would take Trevor Lawrence over him any day of the week. I heard all those people with their thought experiments saying they would take Herbert over Lawrence. Not me. And I know that Herbert's really good, but I think Trevor's going to be better. I really, really do. Pokey443 says hello. Hello, Pokey443. Pokey443 joins us from time to time on our Jags United Twitch channel, where we talk Jags a lot of times on there too. Usually we fire up some like Call of Duty or whatever's popular at the moment, and we'll talk Jags while we do that. So, Pokey, good seeing you there. Anyone else that's into that type of Twitch thing, we're on there. Twitch, Jags_United. Shameless little plug. DJM says, more film. Man, we have a whole year from now to be watching ETN film. Let me see if I have any more videos saved. I think I've showed them all. I really got home late. So, that's all I have. I got home late, so I didn't get a ton of time to make the film. I watched the game like twice, but I mean, and I was there, so like really 3 times. Man, I had a lot of fun at the game, man. I really did. Like, the game day experience. Okay, so here's what I don't like. I don't like what the concessions has become. Getting a beer, getting food is such a hassle. It's not worth it anymore. I mean, it's better to walk like a mile away to a beer stand with no line than it is to wait like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You miss an entire quarter. But the game day environment, there's a bunch of people there. There's high energy. There's a lot of Jags fans there. People are passionate about the Jags. You hear Duval chants every 5 seconds. You see people you know. We have hangouts, Jaguars United hangouts. I mean, it's a fun time at the game. And I'll probably go to every game regardless of our record because I have a lot of fun. So if you haven't been out to a game, come down if you don't live here. If you do, make sure to get out there in the game. And we have a lot of fun out there for sure. Ram Bonsall says it has to be Jamar Chase. Yeah, I thought about Jamar Chase. He's probably first right now, right? DJM is some sort of emoji. It's too far for me to see. Mohan says, I want to see Walker Little. Yeah, I want to see Walker Little too. Dan Arnold, if Trevor Lawrence goes out and lights it up Thursday night, that will help a lot towards Rookie of the Year award because it's nationally televised game. Yeah, you're right. For sure. What do you think of Rayshawn Jenkins? I like Rayshawn Jenkins. I think he's getting better. I was hoping he'd be better. I like his intensity and the way he flies to the ball, but I want to see some more like big plays out of him. King David. What's up, King? He says, good riddance to Henderson. If he didn't want to be here, Duval. That's kind of how everyone feels. It's Duval till we die. And he was here not to die, but just to collect a paycheck. Get out of here. We don't need that. Chef Florida Boy says, do you play Madden in what system? I play Madden on Xbox. And I usually play things on PC because I'm more of like a PC Master Race type person, as you can tell from the setup. But Madden, I've gotten to the point where I can pretty much beat anybody because the game's easy, especially if I'm the Jags. I can just run it with ETN. John Johnson says, I knew you were a closet Jags fan. It's not a closet. Like, look at this. Pokey443. Heard it really loud when Agnew returned that failed field goal attempt for a touchdown. Heard it was really loud. Oh, my God. I was jumping up and down. Do you know the last time I jumped up and down in that stadium was? 2017. Bills playoff game. Probably the last time I jumped up and down in that stadium. Maybe the Patriots game. What was that, week 2 in 2018? Maybe. I don't think I would. I mean, it was hot. Really hot. Probably wasn't jumping up and down. I was jumping up and down. High-fiving randoms all over the place. COVID what? I'll high-five everyone in this section. I sat in the wrong section when I first sat down. This person was like, hey, I think those are our seats. I was like, nah, dude. I trust me. I'm a pretty smart guy. I'm not sitting in the wrong seat. And he's like, I think you are. And I looked at it. Obviously, I didn't say it like that. But that was what I was thinking. I looked at my ticket. I was sitting in the wrong seat. I was sitting in the wrong section. I was a section over. My section was actually better tickets. I got close. I was on like the 20, and I got to move to like the 30-yard line. I was like, all right. Look at me, man, sitting in the wrong seat, man. That's how you know you're getting old. You can't even sit in the right seat in a stadium anymore. Huh? What section am I in? DJM, can we watch a Dan Arnold film? We will watch Dan Arnold film. I don't have a lot set up. This is actually going to be a shorter show, but I'm going to do another show Thursday. So going to take tomorrow off, get some films straight. We'll watch a Dan Arnold film. We'll talk about the upcoming game Thursday. Oh, I guess Thursday's the game. So yeah, we'll do it Friday. So Friday we'll do all that. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate you guys being here, man. I could get ready to go to work. Work season's crazy right now. So getting all that done, I appreciate you guys that were here, man. You guys that donated super chats, Dan Arnold, who, thanks for $10 super chat. I mean, sweet. Whoever's doing that, I love it. Matt Janiga, $5, dude. Thank you. Cameron Boisvert, $10. Sav Jag, $5. Dude, you guys are awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. I mean, I love doing this. Make sure you follow the Twitter, Instagram. I'm gonna do some stuff on Instagram. I'm gonna try. But make sure that you follow everything. If you know a Jag fan that's in it deep like one of us, let them know. If not, it's all good. Thank you guys for being here. Hit me up on Twitter with all your comments and stuff like that. I'll try to get to them on the show. If you're rewatching it, like maybe you live in the UK, like all of our UK friends over there, thank you for watching it. And we hope we can catch you a live show during this weekend or something like that. Man, I can't wait for Thursday. I'm going to be watching it in Jacksonville. So if you're in Jacksonville, hit me up. We'll have a good time. Make sure to like the video,